Hey everybody, it's Melanie. This week I'm going to be talking about starting weight loss, health and fitness programs for beginners, because a lot of times people are like, well, how do I get started? I don't know what to do. I don't know even where to begin. What am I supposed to eat? What exercises am I supposed to do? And there's just so much out there. I mean, like if you Google health and fitness and where to start, you're going to find 17 bajillion different things. So I'm going to kind of give the down low and my advice of how to get started, what am I supposed to be eating, how do I stay on track, how do I stay motivated, and that's kind of what I'm going to talk about this week. So the first thing is like, where do I start? How do I get started on a program? Well, let me give you some advice. There are a few things out there called quick fixes. Stay away from those. There are no quick fixes. There are no shortcuts. You will not lose 20 pounds in 5 days. I mean, I know there are things that you're like, yeah, we all want instant gratification. We all want these quick results, okay? But if you're looking for weight loss, if you've never worked out in a long time, if you haven't worked out at all, these are all things that are not going to come to you in a magical dream overnight. You're not going to get the results you're looking for in 5 days, in 10 days, in 20 days. Listen, I've been working out and I've been working on, eating the right way for a long time. And let me tell you, it's kind of like a roller coaster. It's up and down, it's up and down. That's why we're all like, I gotta get this quick fix, man. I got a wedding in 6 weeks and I'm doing this. I'm doing the quick fix and then I'm gonna go back to where I'm at and gain 20, 25 more pounds than what I started with. And I see that all the time. So where do you start when you have no idea what you're supposed to be doing or you've never done anything before? First of all, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to gain weight? Why do you want to put on muscle? Why do you want to tone up? Why do you want to get healthier? You need to dig deep. You actually need to. It's not just like, yeah, I just want to lose weight because I want to fit into my jeans I wore in 8th grade. It doesn't work that way. Those jeans from 8th grade are a different style. They're not going to fit you. Face reality. Maybe you can get into them, but the waist may come up to here by now, okay? So what I'm saying is, you have to kind of dig deep and figure out like, you know what, I want to tone up because I just feel like I'll feel stronger, or I'll feel like I can do this, or I'll feel like I can do that. I want to lose weight because blah, 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 blah. Because I want to stay healthy because my dad had a heart attack at 41 years old and had high cholesterol. I'm 42. So my why is pretty big. I don't want to have my kids go through that. Yes, my father's still alive and he's doing wonderful, but it was a freaking scare and I don't want my kids to go through that. So you need to know why. You have to have your goals. Like, is it losing weight? Is it toning up? Is it putting on muscle? What is it? These kind of things are going to help you map out where to get started, where you're going to go with things. So here's my tips for it. You need to know your goals. You need to know why you're doing it. You need to know that you have to start slowly and trust the process. You need to know that you cannot compare your day 1 to someone else's day 25, or even your day 1 to someone else's day 1, because you're coming from different backgrounds or whatever it is. You're coming from different areas as far as how I'm doing this, okay? You need to create a routine. You need to make it important enough to schedule these things into your day, whether it be your workout, your meal planning, talking to someone that's going to help you map it out. You need to take some time to figure it out. You need to realize that this is not a quick fix, that like I said, these things don't happen overnight. It takes some time, but it's the right way to do it. Because I say this all the time, if what you're choosing to do as far as your health and fitness, your weight loss, whatever it is, if what you're choosing to do is not something that you can stick with from now until forever and deal with the ups and downs, okay, because those things happen. If it's something you cannot see yourself doing 6 months down the line, 6 years down the line, then it's not going to be a permanent lifestyle change. It's not going to be something that you will be able to maintain. And that's something where the quick fixes come in and they're BS. People are making so much money off these things. You have to be in it for the long haul. And let me tell you, it's not easy, okay? It's difficult, but you have to trust the process. I have struggled with so many things, which they're gonna come out this week. I'm gonna give all my ups and downs, because guess what? So many people look at health and fitness people for where they're at. Like, oh, I hate her because she's this, that, or the other, and she thinks that she can tell everybody what they're doing. Not so much. Not so much, because guess what? It's an ugly road, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. And I found that with the people that I work with and how we've set them up on what their goals are, it's a struggle, but they're willing to keep pushing because they have the goals and they know why. Those are the two most important factors of how do I get started? Because you need to know, like, well, okay, well, I always ask, like, what's your fitness level? Everybody's at a different level, so we have to figure that out. Everybody's at a different level as to how they're currently eating right now. So this may not work for you, that may not work for you. You may flip out and go OCD if you're like, I have to weigh all my food and I have to count all this stuff, where someone else is like, that's like second nature to me. So it's a give and take. It's a push and pull with this. It's not, let me just pop something or rub a lotion on me and I am skinny as can be. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. I wish I could bink and it would work, but it doesn't. So remember those things, your goals. Why? Start slow. Don't compare yourself to other people. Create a routine. Make it that important that it's going to be part of your daily routine. It takes time, and you're going to take time to adjust to things. Don't give up, okay? Believe that you will reach these goals. Know that you will reach these goals because you want to reach them because of your why. Okay? And if you're struggling, don't be afraid to ask for help, whether you ask someone at a gym, whether you get a coach or a personal trainer, whether you ask me in a message, however it works, don't be afraid to ask for help because guess what? I've been there and I'm going to let you know where I've been. Okay? I talk to so many people and I'm like, I know exactly what you feel. I know exactly what you're going through because I've gone through it. I don't want to put it all out there and be like, oh, poor me, but you're going to hear some of it this week. And it's not going to be because of poor me. It's going to be because I didn't know where to start either. I really didn't. But over time, I've started and found out what works for me. And I'm helping others find out what works for them. So just remember that if you're like, well, I can't do it because this, that, or the other. You really are the only thing standing in your way. You really, really are, because it's scary. I know it is. I know the first time I took a class, I stood in the back corner. I know the first time I walked into a gym, I was like, I know the first time I did a workout, as far as taught a workout, I probably was sweating from every place before the class started. I know that it's not easy to get started, but once you get started, it's so worth it when you know why you're doing it and when you start to see changes. And it's not always about like, I have to fit into this or I have to lose all this weight. You have to remember that it's a process and you have to trust it. And getting started is the first step. So when you're not sure where to go with it, don't be afraid to ask someone because like I said, you are pretty much the only thing standing in your way and you should not be afraid to ask because sometimes you see these pictures and these images of like, this is what I look like and I'm so skinny and I have six-pack abs and you know, and I'm cool with that because some of those people and most of them, all of them have worked very hard to get where they're at. But what you don't see is what goes on behind the scenes and it's difficult. So you have to remember that this is not something that you can snap your fingers and it's going to be done with. You have to remember that it's not something that comes in a bottle or not something that comes in a tube or whatever it is that's out there. Remember that it's all up to you and it's all up to how you do things and if it's something that you can make a permanent change, a permanent lifestyle change from now until forever and deal with the ups and downs and the fact that sometimes you'll mess up and sometimes things won't go right and you know, getting started is step number one. So this week, we will definitely be touching on more things like how much am I supposed to eat? How much am I supposed to work out? How do I stay motivated? What do I do when, you know, I messed up and I just fell off the wagon? Those are like reality. Those are things that happen. So I will be talking about those this week. So just remember, this week is going to be weight loss and fitness for beginners as to how to roadmap everything out and where I've been with it all, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So I want to thank you for getting on, and if you found value to this or you feel like, hey, you know what, I really feel like, you know, this is, I'm feeling it. I know exactly what you're talking about. This is totally me. I want you to share it to your Facebook page, because there are more people out there than we really realize that are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. So follow me this week. You're gonna map it out. You're gonna know, like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know exactly where I'm supposed to go with things and how I should do what I want to be doing. So remember that, and I will see you guys all in the next episode. Have a great day.